Happy holidays, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to another card game video here on Red Zone Rogue. Today, I have a sort of exclusive promo reveal for a card game that I recently covered on the channel. It's a really cool looking holiday promo. We're going to talk about that card game, my opinions of that card game after playing with the developer. Spoilers, it is Grand Archive, as well as some just generic holiday stuff with Red Zone Rogue. So kick back, this is gonna be a pretty chill one, but we are going to reveal an exclusive promo card that I will have copies of to give away to you folks in a little bit, basically whenever I get them in the mail. We'll have a future video on that detailing how to enter the giveaway to get these promo cards, but let's not beat around the bush. Let's show off the promo card right here. I did go ahead and bust out my trusty phone just so I can get all the information as well, but you can obviously see it is Lorraine Festive Night with absolutely beautiful artwork, and that's one thing I have to say right off the bat about Grand Archive. They have absolutely beautiful artwork for the cards that they do have finished artwork for. Hopefully that artwork style and quality extends to all of the finished artwork. And this is kind of just like a really fun, festive, not really like a serious card. I don't want to say it's a joke card or a meme card, but it's just kind of like a fun holiday card. So it's a level 3 cost champion. It is a warrior. It is full art, by the way, with full border and everything, and it looks absolutely beautiful. I haven't seen a copy in person yet, but I do know there will be foil versions and non-foil versions. I will actually be getting 5 of each to give to you folks out there, 5 foils and 5 non-foils. And as an enter effect, you may give each opponent a gift. If you do, all players win the game, which is lovely. And it says, maybe it's all right to settle down and enjoy the festivities once in a while. I think it's a beautiful card, and I do want to give a huge shout out to Weebs of the Shore for approaching me about, previewing this really cool promo card. And this isn't sponsored or anything, and they didn't say oh, you have to say nice things about our game. They were just like, hey, we really like your content. Thank you for doing some Grand Archive content. Would you like to preview a holiday card? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. I love the art in this game. Let's just give it a shot. And so here it is. It's an absolutely beautiful card, and they will be giving me, like I said, 10 copies of this card, 5 foil, 5 non-foil, that I will be giving away on the channel when I get them in the physical copies. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do for that yet. It will be in the future, probably not until after Christmas, but stay tuned for a video on that. I will likely give 2 of them to my patrons specifically, and the rest of the other 8 will be divvied up between some sort of, we'll do some sort of cool contest or something like that. And that takes me to my thoughts and opinions on Grand Archive as it stands now. Like I said, they have not paid me to say anything. I did not say that I will only say nice things about the game. But overall, I really like the game. I think it's fun. It does have some work to be done, and the developers are actually actively balancing cards and making tweaks and listening to feedback, and I think that's a really good sign. It's the same kind of thing that Eric with Sorcery did. I gave him feedback and he made changes based on that feedback, or maybe not changes based on that feedback. And both of the developers, both Eric for Sorcery and Alan and the other dudes at Weebs of the Shore, they are actively listening to the community and taking in feedback and making alterations to the games to make it the best possible thing. And I think that's a really good sign. That coupled with they really want to do organized play. They want cards to be available to players. These are all really good signs to me as someone who plays these card games and focuses on gameplay over investing. Those are the things that I like to see, and they're basically doing it. The gameplay itself, I think, is a lot of fun. It reminds me a lot of Force of Will, but better, but more fun. So a lot of people have talked to me about the resource mechanic where you can put any card down as like a memory cost to play cards. And then to play cards from your material deck, you need to basically banish the cards that you played face down, otherwise you draw them back up. I do like that mechanic. I think it's actually really interesting because it makes you really choose which cards you put face down, and it also doesn't mean that you have specific resource cards in your deck, which is really good. And it doesn't do the thing that Force of Will does where you have like a separate resource deck. You do have a separate deck, but that separate deck is full of like fun stuff and not just like generic boring resources. A lot of folks have said to me that they think it's very like unfun that you have to banish cards basically from your hand in order to play stuff from your material deck, and I totally understand that. And the developers understand that, and they've actually already implemented a new mechanic where you can play certain cards, I think, from your discard pile as memory costs instead. Or as costs for materializing stuff from your extra deck, which helps alleviate that, I think. And more cards that do that will be better, especially cards that are spells that immediately go into your discard pile. And it also makes it so you can materialize stuff when you aren't playing anything, because that was one problem I ran into. And maybe it was something that they intended, but I had like playing Lorraine, and I wasn't level 3 yet, so I couldn't play Crux cards. And I had one card that wasn't Crux, and all the rest of the cards... Oh, no. I had all Crux cards in my hand, but I wanted to play a card from my material deck. I wanted to level Lorraine up, but I couldn't because I couldn't play any of the cards in my hand. Therefore, I couldn't put any down to pay for the material cost. So this kind of helps with that a little bit as well. Also, I really won't have a true final opinion on the game until after I've played with all the classes. Basically, until I've played majority of the classes, I should say, because we've only played with 2. We've played with the Mage and the Warrior. I would love to see how Tamer plays, and I know I'm going to be voting on Assassin, which looks awesome. So I'd love to see the Assassin, and I'd like to play more classes and get a better feeling of how the game plays overall. But my general opinions on it so far: is it the best game I've ever played? I don't think so. But is it a fun game? Yeah, I really like it. And do I think it has room to grow? Yes, I definitely do think it has a lot of potential and a lot of room to grow. And I'm going to be backing the game on its Kickstarter. I want it to succeed. I think it's really cool, and I love the art. Like I said in a previous video, I just want another good anime card game that's not like based off of an already pre-existing intellectual property. We have Wheatcross, and Wheatcross is awesome, but I like the fantasy vibe of Grand Archive 2. So that's my take on it. I do like it. It's not the best thing ever. It could use some improvements, and I think the developers realize this, and they're working towards that. So I'm really eager to see what they do. They also were very clear. Alan was very clear about their focus. They want to be preemptive with like bans, and they want it to just be a really healthy game to play, which I think is really good, because I think all the dudes who work on the game come from a player background. They go to the LGSs, every week, and they play games. They're tournament grinders, and so they have that experience where they know how it is playing games that are like have really bad metas or unfun or whatever. So yeah, that's basically my general opinions on Grand Archive. I am optimistic. I want it to succeed. I don't think it's perfect yet, but this Kickstarter for them is a little bit different than Kickstarters for some other companies, right? So another example would be Eric with Sorcery, right? He already has most of the art done. He has almost everything done. Eric is an industry professional, works on Path of Exile. He just needs the money to kind of like just give it a little push. Whereas Grand Archive, they need the money to just start going. They have an idea, they have the set, but they need the money to get the art for the set and the time to like fine tune things. And I think that's a great place for a game on Kickstarter, because Kickstarter is meant to support and uplift these indie projects. And I think Grand Archive is the best example of it. There are risks, but there's always risks with Kickstarter in general. Anytime you back something, it does say like, hey, you just so you know, you might not get anything. But based on what they've said, and I know they're talking to some artists. I know they're talking to some artists that I personally know. So yeah, this is all really exciting, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more from Grand Archive. About just general holiday stuff. Well, first of all, happy holidays. I hope you all have a fantastic holiday season, regardless of what you believe in. Even if you don't celebrate anything at all, I just hope you all have a fantastic and wonderful month. Every single patron of Red Zone Rogue who has a tier where they get something mailed to them, are actually getting a really special holiday gift from me this year. It's nothing crazy or expensive, but it's just something that I wanted to do for my patrons that was very unique and you can't just buy anywhere. And it's actually just sitting right back here. This is our very first Red Zone Rogue holiday postcard. It just says Happy Holidays, Katsumi 2021, and then it has our Red Zone Rogue logo, and then on the back it has Katsumi and the Rogue character, and it says Red Zone Rogue. I did sign every single one of these that I'm sending, and I'm sending every single person on my Patreon who were patrons at the start of December. So if you sign up now, you won't get it, unfortunately. And that's just because I printed the exact number of these I needed for my patrons, plus some for some friends. I think it's really cute. The artwork turned out very, very nice. I commissioned a Japanese artist to draw this, and I was just like, hey, draw our channel mascot in a cute winter scene, and they did. And it turned out really, really fantastic, and I'm really, really happy with this. So if you're a fan of the channel, then you can get that. And then for everyone else, you know, this is showing it off to you. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this one ever again, but I wanted it to be something special for the people who are supporting me through Patreon. And now is where I plug my Patreon. If you would like to support the channel directly, go ahead and check out my Patreon. And you know, we have a Discord there. We chat a little bit. We talk about a lot of other stuff. I put up exclusive, like behind the scenes stuff on the Discord, new videos that I'm working on or ideas. We have like a part where we talk about anime figures and video games and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to do something special for the patrons. So this is what patrons are getting in addition to their regular patron stuff. And they're also going to be getting a special random card this month. I will not spoil what it is. It's semi-random, but I think it'll be really exciting. So we'll not spoil that, but I did want to spoil this. So that's basically that. I'm still going to be doing regular content throughout the rest of the month. If you hadn't noticed, I will be uploading videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday now, and I'm going to be skipping the weekends for the most part because just the videos on the weekends don't do very well, and I want to put out the videos during times where you can actually watch them. I obviously might have more videos scattered in on like Tuesdays and Thursdays like today. Today's a Tuesday, but typically it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Also in December, we had a lot of new card games to show off. We had Grand Archive, Sorcery News. We're going to be still covering those two as we go into 2022 because I'm very interested in both of them. I think they're both really fun, and the developers are just nice folks, and even if they just ghost me and don't never send me anything or like don't even talk to me again, I still like the games, and I'm still going to be playing them because I think they're fun. With that said, we are obviously still going to cover, you know, new games that I find interesting every now and then. Every single game that I talked about this before, every single game that I cover on the channel, it's a game that I find interesting in some way or I want to play. Otherwise, I just won't talk about it or cover it. That's just how it goes. I actually, at this point, a lot of folks hit me up about, you know, various card games and sponsorships and stuff, and I say no to almost all of them. There are very few that I'm like, yeah, let's do it, because I won't say yes unless I think it's something that I actually want to play or I think is like interesting or is doing something interesting. So that's basically that. We will see more in the future, but obviously we'll keep our focus on Flesh and Blood. So with that said, we're gonna have a lot more Flesh and Blood stuff. It's just kind of like the down season right now, and it was a good opportunity to highlight some smaller indie stuff, some smaller indie projects. But we're gonna be getting back to Flesh and Blood in a pretty big way, starting with tomorrow's video, which is gonna be a deck tech, a Dorinthia deck tech for the deck that I went 4-in-1 or 3-in-1 with at a commoner event. Really fun deck. You can do gross stuff with it. You can do like 16 damage in a turn, and it's like 16 good consistent damage. It's pretty gross. So yeah, we have Dorinthia deck tech, as well as a ton of other Flesh and Blood stuff. We have more Everfest stuff. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on that. I consider my second game right now, by the way, to be WeCross. I love WeCross. We're gonna have a big WeCross video here on the channel. And we're gonna keep doing that every so often, but I continue to do more WeCross content over on Red Zone Japan. So if you like WeCross, if you like the anime stuff, I do regular WeCross content over there. That channel has less than 1,000 subs. It's not even monetized. It is literally a labor of love. I don't get paid for it at all, so I go support that if you want to, if you like that stuff. I appreciate it. I'll still basically cover like every new WeCross set once here, just showing off all the decks and that kind of stuff. But then all the other like box openings and regular deck techs and WeCross stuff is going to be on Red Zone Japan for the people who like WeCross and really want to get into it. If there are any other card games that you in particular think are fascinating, either that I've covered and haven't really covered a lot of, or that I've never covered and you want me to cover, let me know in the description. I mean, comments down below. I just really like to know, just so I can get a good idea of where people are, where the Rogues Gallery is with this kind of stuff. But if I had to be super honest, Flesh and Blood is my top game by a large margin. It's not even close. It's my favorite game, and I don't see that changing almost ever. WeCross is my second, and then after that, it's pretty nebulous, honestly. I think Sorcery has a good chance to be my second. I freaking love Sorcery, but it's not even out yet, and I want to reserve that position until it's out and I can build decks and play with it in a bigger degree. And then I honestly also really like Grand Archive, and I think it has a lot of potential, and so I'm going to be watching that one closely. I think it has a potential to get into my like regularly covered stuff. So those are the 4 games that I'm really like looking at and focusing on, and that I really want to play more of. And once again, this is all from like a player perspective. These are games that I just want to play. There's other ones too, like Ashes, Rise of the Phoenixborn, that I just want to play more of. And I want to play a lot more dead card games too and get some videos of that on there. Let me know if you'd like to see some dead card game gameplay stuff. I think that'd be interesting. But that's basically it. This is a really long channel update. I hope you liked the little preview from Grand Archive. Thank you to the developers for letting me preview this card. I think it's beautiful. Stay tuned for a giveaway for this card in the future. And like I said, I'm just really looking forward to seeing what Grand Archive becomes. I have some high hopes for it, but there's the potential. It's there. Anyway, enough rambling. I've been rambling so much. Thank you for watching, everyone. Happy holidays. Even if you don't celebrate the holidays, I hope you have a fantastic winter season, or just, if it's not winter where you are, just a fantastic season. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. We will have more updates like that giveaway with a really, really cool festive Lorraine. I think it's beautiful, and it's going to be really, really cool to do like a fun giveaway thing. It'll probably be anime themed. I'm trying to think of interesting things. Let me know if you're watching this far. This is a mini reward for watching this far. Let me know what type of giveaway you would like me to have in the comment section. Like, should I do a contest? Should I have like best, I don't know, something. It might just be another random pick, because I like to make it really fair. But let me know what kind of thing you'd like to have in the comments. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. But anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time for some more card game content. Have a good one all. We'll see you later.